This is Kevin. Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, with Allie LaForce reporting courtside. Last outing for Minnesota, the loss to the Raptors in Toronto. Now here is Holiday. He takes it in, and it goes down 2 points. Holiday's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Timberwolves. To the inside. Reed. And Reed throws it down.
That's what you want to see. Reed playing big in there.
And we've seen it more than once. DeJounte Murray has been traded for huge hauls.
And that shows you his worth in this league. Teams have been willing to give up a lot to get him. You don't see that kind of length and versatility every day.
Edey gets the bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Pass to Hero. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
Oh, a dead-eye shooter. Hero is always ready to snipe it off the feed.
Now, here's Watson. Here's Edey, guarded by Reed. Shoots from 12. 5 on the clock. And that one hits back iron. Williams attacking. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I did briefly speak with J.J. Redick. Coach reminded his guys that Giannis is one of the most dangerous players out there. He told his forwards that anytime he takes 2 steps, they'll need to impose their will to limit momentum. He said, quote, "If we're intimidated, we've already lost. Step up and deny his path." Back to you.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that.
A volume shooter from deep. Powell will take that shot every time.
Williams can't hit. Giannis inside. To the right side. Pass to Holiday. Reed with the block.
What a denial that time by Reed. Excellent body control on that block.
Fires for 3. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Here's Watson. It's hauled in by Hero. And the Lakers have possession. And that one is good. Hero's got 7 points.
Oh, and the touch on the interior. Hero can hit jumpers as well as capitalize in close.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. Good work there as it goes.
Look, we know Giannis can get it done inside. Defense will have to try much harder to stop him in there.
Here's Hero. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. He's got 9.
And he's caught fire this quarter yet to miss a shot.
Out to the right wing. Back to Antetokounmpo. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there. Well, with his solid midi game, you expect him to knock that one down.
And he converts the layup. Antetokounmpo's got his second bucket of the night.
And you know, Giannis gets to the basket in a nanosecond. He feels like nobody can stop him.
Back to Reed. And Reed throws it down.
You know, this is what you like about him as a facilitator. He hits his man where he can do something with the rock.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Their chemistry. That's what really stood out so far in this one to me. Look at the number of assists they've been able to rack up so far.
You also have to admire how they've challenged the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint. And I like that they're not settling, getting the ball on the interior. 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
Back to Holiday. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Here's Giannis. Rebound by Williams. Lakers leading by 4. And Williams slams it in.
How about the showmanship of Jalen Williams?
And Greg, when you're dealing with this Timberwolves team fairly deep with size up front.
That can wear you down over the course of a game, and especially in a playoff series, a real strength of this team.
Now here's Murray. Still scoreless. No good from outside.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed in there for... For some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And so J.J. Redick will call a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Both teams will make substitutions. It's Edey, high post. Back to DeRozan. Into his mid-30s. The veteran DeMar DeRozan holding up well, Greg.
And such a consistent presence for his team. DeMar plays at his own speed, and he has mastered the art of the mid-range.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Pass to Green. Now Whitmore carries it from three-point range.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Lakers lead by 7. And Whitmore throws it down.
Oh, man, when Cam Whitmore throws it down, you feel bad for the rim.
Pass to Powell. There's the drive. Here's Giannis. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
And because it's still early, I wouldn't read too much into it. There's still a lot of game left.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
You know, yeah, guys, last year was a rough one for him at the stripe. I mean, it's going to be hard for him not to improve on those numbers. They were that bad.
Here's Edey. Pass to Watson. 4 on the clock. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
Now Williams. Here's Gafford. Comes inside. Here's Whitmore. It's sent back by Edie. Watson for three. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We've got more in store for you. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case? No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Well, you often hear that the skill level in the league has never been higher, Greg, and some say this is the peak of the game. What do you think?
And I'll tell you this, Kevin, I'm not complaining. If the league can improve upon this, the sky is really the limit.
Pass to DeRozan. Green with the rebound. Los Angeles leading by 9. And here is Gafford. Outside, Green. Drops one in from the wing.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Watson with it. Picked up by Hero. Back to Edie. And dunk by Edie.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Now Murray. Still without a basket. Pass to Whitmore. And Whitmore throws it down.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Watson for three. Sinks the three-pointer. Watson's got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep. If you're going to leave him that wide open, big-time mistake.
You know, he's really capable from the mid-range, and I think the more Murray shoots from there, the more of a threat he'll be, and the more well-rounded offensively he'll be.
Back to Whitmore. Pass to Reed. And Reed throws it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Los Angeles leading by 12. Down low. Whitmore. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Oh, good with the triple. But there's no question Peyton Watson is a player on the rise.
Yeah, and I think his ceiling is pretty high. I mean, he's a high-effort guy, seems to be a high-character guy because he's always ready whenever his number is called, and he produces in short stints of playing time. And the versatility he brings defensively, major value added.
Outside, Hero. That's in there. Murray with the assist. Heroes got 14.
And this is why many are high on Hero. Possesses ability to kick it up a notch and just take over.
Watson the screen. The kick out to Holiday. They grab their own miss. It's tipped. Hero on the wing. To the middle. And Cam Whitmore picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, he just couldn't get out of his own way there. I like the aggressiveness, but that's a second foul.
And so J.J. Redick will call a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Here's Giannis. Pass to DeRozan. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Already he's looking at his third foul. I think the coach will probably look to sit him down until the third quarter.
Lakers leading by 13. Jerome deciding where to go with it. Reed trying to get open. Williams can't get it to go. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Hey, the Lakers are always thinking title. Coach J.J. Redick said, everything I've ever done in this sport has been crystallized into how can I win a championship. I got close as a college player and as an NBA player. My hope and goal is to bring the Lakers their 18th NBA championship as head coach. Back over to you.
Yep, eyes on the prize. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you. Pass to Chang. Back to Powell. Fires the three. Rebound the Lakers.
That's what you want defensively. Force contested threes.
Murray with it. Over in the corner, Williams. Drops in the tray. Williams has got 5 now.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Pass to Holiday. And he drives in. Here's Giannis. Reed with the rebound. Lakers leading by 16. To the paint. Here's Rizachet. Stolen by Holiday. Here's Antetokounmpo. Rebound by Williams. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Outside, Reed. Up and in on the layup. He's got 10.
He's a big reason why they're on top. I imagine they'll keep feeding him. I would.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Outside DeRozan. Beyond the arc. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. And Murray's got the ball here for Los Angeles. 18 points separating the team. That's the biggest lead of the game. The shot's good.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Pass to Powell. Back to Giannis. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost them.
And I tell you what, more brain-neutral plays like that one, and they'll have a hole deeper than the one they're already in.
Murray for three. Nailed from three-point land. Murray's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
Pass to Chang. Reed with the rebound.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Lakers ahead, running away with it. 2K Sports, back in a moment here in Los Angeles. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, One side trying to protect their lead. Lakers leading by 23. Here's Jerome. He has yet to score. Antetokounmpo with the steal. And Watson has it in the corner. Pass to Edie. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Gafford. That one a little long.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And if you look at what he's done over the last few years, Greg, is Giannis still getting better?
The numbers say yes. Field goal percentage, points per game. He's still a double-digit rebounder, an all-time great, breaking new ground.
The great Giannis Antetokounmpo, Clark, winning that 2021 title felt like the final hurdle for him.
Yeah, I think it was a capstone achievement. It was the one thing he hadn't done. I mean, he won back-to-back MVPs in his mid-20s. He was already a Defensive Player of the Year award winner, too. The Larry O'Brien Trophy was the last piece in the puzzle of a future Hall of Famer.
And here is Powell. Antetokounmpo. Right block shot. And he can't bank that one in. Right side, Williams. He gets that one. Williams has got 7.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
And Watson has it in the corner. On the wing, Holiday. Shea with the steal. Williams with a clean look. A three-pointer off the mark.
Just 1 for 4 thus far. They have not found their rhythm this half.
On the wing, Holiday. Pass to Shea. Antetokounmpo up top. Over Williams. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Here's Jerome. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Jerome's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Pass to Holiday. Driving to the basket. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Boy, that basketball IQ you see from Holiday, understated but consistent, so valuable, especially in these pick and roll sets where he just cuts up defenses.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
Sinks the triple.
You can see the evolution of Giannis as a passer. He's gotten good at thinking for himself and his teammates.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Look at the turnover situation, guys. It's not been that bad. Just a handful. And when you take care of the ball like that, that can help you build a lead.
And so J.J. Redick will call a timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Timberwolves on offense. Now here's DeRozan. Rebound by Murray.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
DeRozan in the corner. Over Shea. No good off the back of the rim. And so it's the Lakers with it. Pass to Reed. Stolen by Jackson. And stolen by Whitmore. Out to the right wing. Now here's Murray. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Clark Nas Reed, a former six-man award winner in this league.
Yeah, I tell you, he was given the nickname Big Jelly in high school, and it has stuck with him. In fact, they've got some great T-shirts with that on it. And to be honest, I like it. I just would like to know the backstory as to how he became Big Jelly. His game is pretty sweet, too.
Pass to Green. Outside, Reed. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. Reed got 13.
Reed has a pretty proficient three-point shot. He's a big guy who loves to stretch the floor, too.
A shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
Here's Reed. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And we keep seeing franchises
God damn.
including the Boston Celtics last season selling for over $6 billion.
Man, those are some deep pockets. And don't forget the Lakers going for in excess of $10 billion. As those well-heeled individuals continue to pay these incredible prices, the pressure to unlock new league revenue streams, listen, it's only going to increase.
Jang with a clean look. Out to DeRozan. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Missed it, even after all those chances.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Pass to Rizachet. Here's Reed. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Reed's got 6 here in this quarter.
All Reed's looking for is an opportunity. They've given him that, and he's been outstanding.
And here we go. Murray heading to the hoop.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Here's DeRozan. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Now Rizachet. No scoring in this one. Outside for Jackson. Here's DeRozan. And it's Rizachet with the rebound.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
With 4 seconds on the clock. And that's 2 points on the layup.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a massive lead of points.
36.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And so it's Minnesota with it. Holiday with it. In the corner, it's McCain. Watson for 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
You know he wants that one back, right in his wheelhouse.
Pass to Shed. Clark outside. It's hauled in by Watson. Officiating is always a hot topic among fans, Greg. That's never going to go away. And some people think the game is called too closely now.
Be careful, Kevin. We don't need any fines over here. Fans are bound to get frustrated with certain calls, but overall, I think our officials do a great job, and the game is about as fair as it can be.
Pass to Garza. Over Edie. It's sent back by Edie. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one
Oh,
up.
no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher.
Yeah, near the hoop, he's an absolute monster.
Timeout called the Lakers. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. After this game, they can look forward to L.A., where they'll match up against the Clippers. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Back to Holiday. Giannis right side. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
He is certainly one of the few true franchise cornerstones in the league. Few guys can take over a game like the Greek Freak.
Outside, Hero. And he gets the bucket. Hero's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Poke loose. Second shot opportunity. Made that one. It's his 7th of the contest. 7 for 15 from the floor.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations have been a step slow. It's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
And stretching the D out to the sidelines. Williams.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Pass to Watson. Williams with the ball. Outguarded by Giannis. Now Jerome. Outside, Hero. Here's Gafford. Kicks it out to Hero. In, and his hot hand continues. 10 of 11 from the floor, and looking for more.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Powell, no one around him. No good on the three. And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101, but boy, is it working.
Here's Jerome. No good on the triple.
Yeah, but the defenders draped all over him. He just could not shake loose.
Here's Edie. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse for them.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. Here's Holiday. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Clock at 6. Here's Watson. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Clear he's pressing a little bit right now, and that's not going to help.
Here's Jerome. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. It's Powell on the wing. And a miss there on the triple. They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Here's Whitmore. Good D by Giannis.
As he often does, he gets to the rim. But that's just stellar defense.
Watson for three. And it's Antetokounmpo picking up the assist.
Fantastic decision by Antetokounmpo. Scanning the floor and doing an excellent job finding the shooter.
And a wide open look for Hero. From the top of the key, he buries it. Hero's got 24 points. And here is Antetokounmpo. Now Edey. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That's on Daniel Gafford.
Boy, I love watching him flush it home, showing how easily he can get off the ground and bang it.
So, GA, between the NBA Cup, the play-in, the new All-Star game formats, the NBA not averse to some experimentation.
No doubt. And listen, not all the ideas have been successful, right? But overall, that willingness to innovate has paid off. The world doesn't stand still, and neither should the NBA.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Lakers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season. You love to get an opponent figured out early, and you're going to be seeing them that often.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Tyler Hero.
Absolutely tremendous offensively. Relentless, accurate, on point. What a night.
Substitution for your Lakers, Luka Garza.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. Rebound the Lakers. Now, here's Clark. So it's Los Angeles win this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.